What's going on, YouTube? It's Thread the Needle. It's your boy Jarren. Here with Guap.
What's going on? The whatever he said before Guap cut out, I just noticed.
Oh,
But no, actually no. It's now it's recording.
oh my God. What's going on? What's going on, YouTube?
Yeah.
It's your boy Jarren. I'm here with my main man Marvin.
What's going on, man?
Uh, we're gonna do a video without Corey today. My boy Corey pretty busy, and it's just been breaking news, man. LeBron James, the king, has fallen, or at least for the time being. It's Solomon Hill rolled on his ankle. It went inward. It was kind of a it looked worse than it turned out to be. I mean, you rarely see LeBron grimacing on the ground, and it was scary. I was at work. I seen somebody tweet, "Oh no, not LeBron." I seen some prayer hands, and I was like, "Man, I want it to happen." And then Woj, he just broke out the news that it's a high ankle sprain and he's out indefinitely. Well, what's your initial thoughts?
um, my initial thoughts on it was, I really didn't think it was that bad at first. I mean, I didn't see it. I wasn't watching the game, and then I kind of saw the LeBron tweet start to kind of flood in. But I'm thinking he probably just, probably just tweaked it a little bit. Just came out. He was just gonna be out for the game. Might be out for a couple games, and he'll be back like Wednesday or something. But then I seen the play, and like Jan said, it looked worse than what it was. Like it looked like he could have like really like extended it. Like he could have really messed it up. So I mean, in that sense, it was good that he was all that the ankle sprain was all he had. But Lakers got a schedule coming up. And it's gonna
Yeah,
be interesting to see how they finna navigate through that without LeBron and Anthony Davis. That's what
yeah,
I'm really trying to see. 'Cause I think the Lakers are what the 3 seed right now.
yeah. They did
So
3 seed.
yeah. So with some teams that's
Yeah.
trying to come up on y'all, man. Now y'all down to two superstars. I'm trying
Yeah,
to see what y'all gonna do now.
we was talking before we recorded about the schedule, man. And it's just like I said, man. They start out with Phoenix, and Phoenix hungry this year. I don't know if Chris Paul is back with the boys though. I know they've been struggling without Chris. And then they got the Pelicans. Everybody wanted to see the Zion LeBron thing, so that's kind of sad. And then you got Philly, and we all know the role Philly's on. They got Milwaukee to close out the month. And then they on this 5 game road trip where it's just the Clippers, Toronto, Miami, Brooklyn, and New York. And then like they also closed them up with Boston, which ain't nothing. That's probably a dub without LeBron.
Yeah,
The way we look.
really really destroy us without LeBron and AD. You don't even need them.
Then LaMelo get his revenge game. And then they got a back to back with Utah, back to back with Luca, and it's really gonna be tough sled, man. I seen one tweet talking about they didn't turn into the Jordan Hill Lakers, and it's looking bad out here. And I'm interested to see who steps up and take the reins. Got a question, Guap. Who do you think ends up leading the team in scoring during this no AD, no LeBron thing? You think Kuzma comes back? Dennis
That's
Schroeder?
exactly what I believe it's gonna be. Kuz. I believe it's probably gonna be Kuz getting about 20 to 22, and then Schroeder getting around like 18 to 20. So I think those two will definitely be the two people that you lean on for scoring. Montrez might come on a little bit, give you about 15 to 18. Um, but I mean, after that, I mean, slim pickings. I mean, Caruso maybe. Caruso might get up there in points, but he definitely not gonna. I hope they're not leaning on him to be the leading scorer.
Man, what?
So I'm definitely going with Kuz though, just because I know he's just gonna shoot shots anyway. So he's definitely gonna be getting the green light now that he doesn't have LeBron or Anthony Davis on the court to pass the ball to. So that's all I got.
I agree. I think Kuz's gonna take his big leap. Also, I think Taylor Horton Tucker is gonna secretly
Yeah.
come out and be averaging like 15, may lead the team in scoring a couple games. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see what Frank Vogel can do, man. It's first time we actually gonna see Frank Vogel coach. But we all know LeBron pretty much the coach on the floor, so it's interesting to see if he actually still got his skills. And I mean, will they be able to navigate this schedule, man?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like I know the standings really didn't matter last year in the bubble, but I mean, I just wouldn't want to go to Portland. I wouldn't want to. Well, you mean you at the crib, but I wouldn't want to be in Phoenix. I wouldn't want to be in Utah. I mean, I know Utah. Everybody kind of don't believe in what it is, and we all kind of assume that they kind of like the Atlanta Hawks from a few years ago. But I mean, regardless, I mean, you don't want to be on the road in the playoffs, and it's not looking good, man. It's really not looking good. Bless you.
Appreciate it. But yeah, um, yeah, my fault.
No, you
Had to
good?
calibrate myself after that. But yeah, the Lakers are in some deep shit.
Yeah,
Basically, they are in some deep shit. Um, I ain't gonna lie, man. I kind of want to talk about the Celtics real quick.
yeah. We can talk about
Since
that.
we are Celtics fans, is this season over with for you? Like, is this a done season, or do you still believe in this team?
Um, I mean, I believe in the boys. I mean, I believe in our two best players on the floor. I believe our two best players when they perform and they can literally ball with any player in the league. And I mean, our supporting cast, we all know we got to fix it. I'm kind of out on the supporting cast. Do I believe we could pull a first round upset? Yes, but that means Tatum and Brown and Kimball would literally have to be dropping 25 pieces a night. And I mean, Kimball has not showed us that he will be able to drop 25 a night. So, I mean, unless that happens or we make a move, it is looking like a first round exit for the seats.
No, I have another question actually, kind of piggybacking on what you were saying about you believing in Tatum and Brown. And this is a question I've seen kind of get floated around on Twitter, on NBA Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's gonna be a time, maybe next year, where they split? Do you think that do you think that their play styles are compatible with each other? Do you think that they can win a championship together being the one and two? Do you believe that they do you think that they can work, basically?
I I always compare them to a modern day Vincent Tracy, not by the games, but more of just two guys who need the ball to be effective. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they both kind of do the same thing, but a tad different at the same time. And I was always, I mean, I don't know if the league or players back in the day ever asked the question, but I always ask myself, what would happen if Vince and Tracy stayed together for 10 years? Like, how far would the Raptors have went? So I'm curious to see what they do. I think they're compatible because their relationship is good. If they had a odd relationship, then I'd be saying no. But I mean, it's not like it can't turn into a Westbrook KD type thing, where it's like the relationship eventually gets like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're able to work together. It's more of they don't have anybody to playmate. Like the crazy thing is, we have nobody that can just literally share the rock. Jalen's not a passer. Jason's not a passer. So you really need your point guard to be that, and our point guard's not a passer. So it's like there's nobody to facilitate and tell them when, like, hey man, you let me get it. You know what I'm saying? Let me quarterback the offense right now because your ISO ball ain't working. We got nobody for that.
Yeah. Literally, that's exactly what I was about. That was gonna be my first point that I was gonna say was what you just said. Um, we don't have a playmaker. We don't have someone that when we get into these stagnant ISO sets with Tatum and JB, we don't have a point guard that can just come in and kind of get other people involved while also feeding Tatum and JB. You can still
Yeah.
run your offense through Tatum and JB and keep other players involved and not just sitting around looking at Tatum and Jalen just dribble, 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 and then either get to a shot or get to the rim, not getting to the line. I mean, neither one of them get to the line.
Man,
So
what?
you can't even say you get to the line. So I, and that's exact. Like I'm so on like getting Lonzo to the Celtics.
I'm on
Like
that train too, man. I was a little skeptical at first, but I'm with you, dog.
I'm still on it. But I really think he gonna. I really think the Clippers might get him. one thing you learn as a Celtics fan is to never give your hopes up. Never get your hopes
Yeah.
up. Never get your hopes up thinking something gonna happen because never it happens. So
Until Woj or Shams or Mark D'Amico, I think, put out a tweet. I don't
like
want it. I don't want it.
I'm at this, like I'm really like just past all this rumors stuff. These trade, these little what's the thing? The ESPN trade machine. I'm passing
Yeah.
all of those. Excuse me. Until it happens, not believe me. I mean, and that's not me trying to throw shade at Danny Ainge. It's not me trying to hop on this fire Danny Ainge bandwagon because it's stupid. It's honestly stupid if you think about it. I mean, they try to shit on him for the three, maybe four bad picks he's made, and not the
Yeah.
fucking dozens that he's made that's been good. So it is give or take. I mean, yeah, free agency. You can say he's kind of iffy. I mean, at the time we got Gordon Hayward, he was coming off his best season, um, and then I honestly think him and Kyrie would have been all stars that year if he didn't tear his fucking leg open. So
Yeah.
I mean, that happened. Al Horford was like the biggest free agent name at the time we got him. Yeah, they walked, but ain't really much you can do. I mean, I'm
That's
not paying
crazy.
Gordon Hayward $120 million, so I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I remember where I was when we got Gordon, man. I was at the Twins' house, and then Horford, I was in my room jumping for joy, man. Those were good days.
Yeah,
Those were some good days. But while we talking basketball, I wanted to squeeze this in. Man, we almost did a separate video on it, man. I just want to go and talk about my boy EJ and how none of that is part of the game, man. It do suck to see the Buckeyes lost and all that, but no matter what, I feel like no player should get treated the way he got treated. I mean, even the Danny Green stuff, who's a grown ass man, what he is, 35, 36. Even the Danny Green slander from last year in the playoffs, I thought that was unnecessary. Like it was it's all fun and games. I mean, we know the majority of those were jokes, but I know some people was actually in his DMs probably doing the most. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So I honestly feel like there's no point in the game for them. I'm kind of embarrassed to call myself a Buckeye after saying something like that because that's terrible, dog. Like Charles said, man, you're a loser. Like I don't know who you is, but you are a loser, bro. Like going to somebody calling somebody a faggot ass nigga. Like, bro, I just could not believe this dude was like. Did you read it? Did you read all them comments?
yeah, I read them. It was probably just some little 13-year-old, and not thinking, or it was probably some grown ass man and still in his mom's crib. It's usually no lives that do this. But as someone that's 21, you kind of feel it because you like, damn. What if I'm just fresh off of a bad game and then I go look at my phone and I got some damn DMs telling me that you gonna try to come kill me? Like, you're not trying to look at that.
Yeah,
But people just don't think about other people than themselves. They just think, man, he just lost me some money. He might have just messed up my bracket. Let me go send him some death threats. Like what? What does that do?
yeah.
Like, what does
I
that do
think
for you?
I think EJ, yeah, he either 21 or 20, man. It's kind of crazy. Like, dude is younger, either our age or younger than us, and it's like I, I'm not
Oh,
gonna say I'm an
Ohio
emotional.
upset Virginia.
Hey,
It's like,
easy prediction, easy. Saw that from a mile away, but
go ahead.
it's just. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm an emotional guy, but I mean, some things, I'm not a robot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing. You got to remember everybody out there human. And I understand that's a form of entertainment and basketball is something a lot of people are passionate about. But you got to remember everybody on that court got a beating heart, just like you do. And they got people. You know what I'm saying? It's just it sucks to see that, man, especially when it's your own team. So I mean, like, shout out to EJ. I just felt like I had to talk about that before we get wrapping this up because that was something that was weighing heavy on me all day. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
But like I say, hey, prayers to EJ Liddell, prayers to LeBron James. Get well soon. Like, comment, share, subscribe this video. On this video, man, We on the way up. How y'all feel about the Lakers? What do you think? Are you think they're gonna be able to survive without LeBron and Anthony Davis? Um, do you believe they're going to have a record above 500? How about that? Comment that below. Yes or no, and why? So, why we got anything else?
Hey man, there are three things that are for certain in life: death, taxes, and the Celtics losing
Yeah,
to an under 500 team.
damn, skipping man. He spit. All right, y'all. We out. Peace. Have a good one.